Hello everyone and welcome to the Spirit Safe. My name's Rob. I'm glad that you could join me today for another whisky review. Today it's something slightly different. It is the Nikka From The Barrel blended Japanese whiskey in this very fetching packaging. The box looks a bit like the kind of thing that you might get an iPhone in, and the bottle is like a little shampoo bottle, a posh bath salts bottle. From Nikka, it's a blended whisky, bottled at 51.4%, so it packs quite a bit of a punch. I've had this bottle for quite a while now. I've really struggled to get into it. I've been trying it at regular intervals, with and without water, doing all of the things that I would do to try and get into a whiskey, try and unravel it. But the time has come to just pour a dram, see how we do with it, and just do an honest review of where it lands. Okay, it's quite dark in colour. There might be caramel colouring it, but unfortunately I can't read Japanese, so I'm unable to tell you about that. My thought is that it probably is artificially coloured because it's a bit marmalade-y. Okay, let's give it a shot. Now I have a problem with this whiskey, and occasionally it just stabs me in the back with an enormous, I want to call it a clang of hairspray, and that's what I'm getting at the moment. But when it's not there, when you go back in, it's got a nice oakiness and a nice vanilla, and then there it is again, the hairspray. It really is an off-key note. I've never found a Japanese whiskey to have anything but absolute harmony blended into it. This is, for it to have such an obvious flaw, is a bit surprising, a bit disappointing. Okay, let's add, I'm going to give it 2 teaspoonfuls of water, because it does need a bit. Okay, the hairspray has come off a little bit. Now it's quite rich and fruity, but it's very, very oaky. I think that there are some virgin European oak casks at play here. Figs and plums, dried fruit, bit more hairspray, a soft oak, and a bit more hairspray. Okay, let's go for it on the palate. You see, sometimes this lands quite nicely in a fruity kind of way, but just then it dried with an astringency and extreme tannin dryness that again is like hairspray. No amount of water will take it out, and I'm somebody who does like tannins, who does like that astringency. You know, when I brew up my cup of tea, I often leave the tea bag in the cup, and towards the end of the cup of tea, it's very, very tannic, and I drink very strong Yorkshire tea, which has got a lot of Assam in it. So I can appreciate the extra tannins in this, but it just hits a bum note, and it's quite unpleasant, I'm afraid. It's just that little niggle, uncharacteristic of a Japanese blend to have, to my mind, such an obvious flaw. And then you go again, and there's just a wonderful velvety tobacco honey note, and then more hairspray. There's so much right with it, but there's enough wrong with it for me to really not want to buy this again. I've persevered with it. I've tried it with water, without water. I've put a lot of water in it and then put a Pringles lid on the top. No, I'm afraid I won't buy this again. And it's probably the only Japanese whiskey that I won't touch again, I'm afraid. All of the others that I've tried have been very, very good and blended for enjoyment, but this, unfortunately, it's that tannin note. I find it too troublesome, so I won't be buying this again. I won't throw it away. I will drink it, but I just don't find it a consistent experience. So it's not for me. I haven't given up on Nikka. I haven't given up on Japanese whiskies. Far from it. But this, it's too wide of the mark, I'm afraid. Yeah, if only I had some Japanese beer to wash it down with. Oh look, a 2-litre can of Japanese beer with a screw top on it. Okay guys, I think I'll leave it at that. It's been a short one. I'm sorry not to be able to recommend this one to you. I do review whiskies when I wouldn't buy them again, just as I review restaurants and hotels on TripAdvisor if I wouldn't book them again, because I think negative reviews can be as useful to people as positive ones. So I just needed to get it out there. That's my thoughts on the matter. Let me know if you've tried this. I know a lot of people really like it, so I'd hoped that I could enjoy it, and I thought that maybe it was my inexperience. It might be my inexperience that's causing me not to be able to appreciate it. But I appreciate all of your thoughts, all of your comments and likes. Thank you very much indeed. Bye bye everyone.